All right, hey Chipola Nation, we're here with Coach Donnie Tyndall of Chipola Indians. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, B. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good.
So
good.
we're back on the winning path here. Had a very successful game over Pensacola on what day was that?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
And so let's talk about that game first.
Well, Pete does a great job at Pensacola, and they've been kind of up and down a little bit like us, Brian, from the standpoint of had some key players hurt throughout the preseason, early part of the year. But, it was one of those games we had to bounce back after a tough loss at Northwest, and I thought we played the right way. I thought we played well. I thought we did the best job of our entire season of not putting them on the foul line early. We were good in our press without fouling, which is really important. We've been putting teams in the bonus early in games. You want to avoid that. I thought we did a better job of that. I thought we really shared the basketball. We had 27 assists on 39 made field goals, I think, which is good. And our turnover number was down. We only had 14 turnovers. So I thought we made some progress, and we needed to after Thursday's game.
Right. So, okay, so let's talk about the ugly thing. We beat Pensacola by 30, but we had just about the same deficit against at Northwest. So let's talk about that night.
Do we have to?
A little.
It was just one of those nights. You got to give them all the credit. They played extremely well. They're a very good team, first and foremost. They're well coached. They have great depth. They're very similar to us, and they played fantastic, and we just did not play very well. Part of that was due to them. But I thought we got over there. They made some shots early, and it reminded me of my game when I was at Southern Miss. We were undefeated in conference play. We went to Middle Tennessee playing our good friend Kermit Davis, and they made their first 10 threes of the half against us. And it was similar the other night at Northwest. They went 9 for 11 in the first half from three. And when teams do that, I wanted to tell Greg after the game they could have beat the Knicks that night as they played. So it avalanched a little bit, but when you have a character team, and you have character and quality players, you learn from those experiences. You don't want to have to learn that way.
Right.
But on the flip side, I think we've learned some things moving forward that'll help our team.
That's great. So the Gulf Coast game was supposed to be played today, and it's been rescheduled. They had some COVID issues there, and we're going to play that game on
Monday,
the 15th.
I believe it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. But before that, we've got Baton Rouge Community College coming in here on Saturday. We're playing them at 1 o'clock.
Correct.
Now, how did we get a non-conference game in the middle of Panhandle League play?
Well, as you know, you've got to schedule 18 non-conference games, and it was really hard with the team we had returning to get teams to come in and play. So we had some teams we thought early on were going to come in the fall, decided not to, and so this was an open date where a team was willing to come play. And I've known Don Green, the coach there at Baton Rouge, for a long time, and they were willing to come over. And we had that open on a Saturday, and what better to do than play some hoops on a Saturday?
That's right. Yeah. Why is it important, Coach, to keep the team clicking on all cylinders throughout the league?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons. Let's be honest. First and foremost, this time of year, most guys, I don't want to say they get bored, they don't get stale, but practice becomes a tad bit monotonous. So when you can play every 3 or 4 days and break those long, hard practice sessions up a little bit, that's part of it. But I also think there's a rhythm, especially on the offensive end of the floor, where guys are starting to gel and come together and get used to playing with each other, that you don't want to spend a long lagging period of time without getting on the floor on game night.
Right.
And so all that comes into play, and that was part of the reason we knew in our conference slate that this was an open date, and they had to happen to have an open date as well. It worked out perfectly.
Right. So Baton Rouge, Saturday the 15th at 1 o'clock in the Milt. We were talking, Franklin and I were talking about the end of league play. We've got about a 2-week break before the state tournament, and if we're fortunate enough to get into the state tournament, you're going to have the same challenge of keeping your team, up to speed on everything. And I learned that was a COVID decision, so that if we did have some things that like happened this week, that we would be able to get all the games in. But do you worry about having 2 weeks if we if we don't have a lot of makeup games?
You do a little bit. I think at that time of year, though, you're probably nursing or healing up some bumps and bruises. So a few days away, just period, getting out of the gym, letting guys get into rehab and get healed up a little bit is important. And then what we would try to do, if we're fortunate enough to make the state tournament, is to have an inter-squad scrimmage or two to break that up.
Right.
Maybe even bring in some officials and have an inter-squad scrimmage amongst yourself just to keep that game rhythm trying to go. But I think at the end of the year is a little bit different than the middle of the season, and it is a long season, and guys being able to heal up, treat some injuries or bumps and bruises and get healthy going this state, and then hopefully the national tournament will be helpful.
Right, right.
We got to get there first.
Yeah, that's
Gotta
right.
get
That's
there
right.
first.
Well, Coach, we're proud of what y'all are doing, and y'all, man, it's an exciting brand of basketball you're playing. Guys are hustling and just really enjoyable to watch. So we appreciate you for putting a good product on the floor. And again, Saturday the 15th, hosting Baton Rouge, and we're number 2 in the league, and it looks like, you know, it's going to be us and Northwest really fighting it out.
Well, there's a lot of other good teams, but you're right. I think most people would say those 2 teams are the front runners, with a lot of basketball between now and then. But the one thing I'd like to say too, Brian, is, you know, we play Saturday at home, then we play Monday on the road, we go Wednesday, Tallahassee on the road, and then Northwest Saturday here at home. So we're going to play 4 games in 8 days. 2 of them are home. Our fans have done a great job. We've had some really, really good crowds. They've been into the game, which helps us tremendously. So 4 games in 8 days, 2 of them at home. Come out and keep supporting our team because we sincerely appreciate that.
All right, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.